Alright guys, so this is a DJI 1000 power pack, and this is how I use it on my farm. So here is the power pack. This is a DJI 1000 power pack. Now you can see that it has two 110 volt plugs over here to the left, and then in the middle it has two USB-C ports and two USB ports. And over here, these SD-C, those are for solar panels, so you can solar charge this thing. And right in here is where you plug in the power cord to charge it. You just plug the power cord in there, and it will turn on, just kind of like a phone. It'll turn on, it will charge, it will tell you the percentage that it is charged. So we're going to use it to run the Schumacher battery charger to charge the battery on the skid steer. Skid steer's been sitting here for a while. I've talked about it in some videos. It won't start. I don't know what the issue is, really. I went through all the fuses. Didn't find any fuses that were bad out of the little regular fuses. I messed around, switched some relays around. It never seemed to make any difference with that either, the bigger relays. So I changed the fuel filter, changed this fuel filter right here on the door, and then I went to start it and it didn't have any power. So we're going to charge it up today, and hopefully it will start later. I do know, the only thing I do know is it doesn't make, like usually they make like a pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa sound before you start them. And I think that's a fuel pump or fuel filter, or I'm not sure, something with the fuel. It doesn't make that noise. So anyway, I don't know what the problem is. But we are going to get this hooked up to the battery charger. So all I have to do is, the other thing, skid steer, I mean, it's small. Like, it's not something that's fun to work on. As far as the battery goes, I can't even get my cords undone to figure out where. The thing with battery chargers is you always get the cords wrapped around the wrong way, don't you? This one has a cord keeper thing on it, but I haven't really found that to be very useful because it wraps. So, and this never seemed to wrap right. Someday they're gonna, I always thought, the bigger ones especially, someday somebody was gonna finally invent one where the power cord of the charger was out the back and the jumper cable's hooked on the front. But I'm yet to see one of those. So we are going to hook the battery cables up first. It's real fun, you gotta reach in there. Hardly get one hand. But they did give a ground over on the side. So I usually just hooked up that one. And it's kind of weird because they're like different sizes as well. Like they're not normal size. At least they don't seem like they're normal. So we're going to turn the DJI on. I just have to hold the power switch for 2 seconds. And it's going to come on. That's my percentage. You can see that. It's at 100%. Okay. And then we plug in the battery charger. Now the Schumacher has its auto detecting. So it automatically detects the battery. So you get the right battery. Of course, in the sunlight's hard. Then I hold the AC button down for 2 seconds. And now we are running the battery charger. And so it's kind of hard to see in the light, but we're going to change the rate selection. Is the only thing we're going to change. We're going to change it to trickle. And can't tell if it's on or not because it's in the sunlight. There, it's on. The other one will tell you the rate. And then down here, you'll see that it's drawing. Now it's going to draw. So you see that number moving. 362, 392, 419. That is the draw that it's putting on this power pack. I think it's actually going to, it'll actually start drawing less. So it's 1,000 kilowatt pack, I think, is how they, 1,000 kilowatt hour pack. So if you take your number, see now it's up to 500, but I think it comes down as it goes. Once it gets going, it'll come down. Take that number and you divide it into 1,000. That'll tell you how much power, how long you can power this device. But I think it's actually going to, if I remember right, it dropped down to like 200 the other day when I did this. I didn't get that on video. But the pack is, they call it the Power 1000, but it's actually like, I think it's 1,400 kilowatt hour pack. So you get more than what the number of 1,000 says. Pretty cool. It takes about an hour to charge. I think they actually say 70 minutes to fully charge. So I mean, you can use it multiple times in a day if you want to. See, now you see the power's coming down. Move that cord. See, now it's down to 206. So it's going to be, it'll stay at about 200 for the rest of the day, I think. So I can run the, I think if I'm right, which, you know, I'm not real electrical, technical experience, but if I'm right, it will run this for like 7 hours. So that should fully charge the battery, and then the fuel pump, the fuel filters change. Now it does have 2 other fuel filters, which looking at it, I have no idea where they are. One is an inline filter. I have no idea where they put that. I do know somehow you can move the radiator out of the way a little bit, but I'm not sure how you do that. So I'm just trying to avoid getting the guys to come out and service it for something stupid. Last time they came out, a couple months ago, they came out and they serviced it. They said it was a blown fuse. It's a L218. Only has 300 some hours on it. I mean, it sits more than we use it. But I need to use it to unload round bales so I can haul bales quicker from the rental properties. So down under the seat, you have the fuses down under there. The left side is regular little fuses, the right side is the big relays. So I had trouble with the seat belt. So I took the seat belt thing and I wired a 12-volt switch into it. And it works fine. I mean, it's not touching anything, it's not grounded. It's not that. I know that's not the problem. At least I'm 90% sure that's not the problem. Because it ran, I used it a couple times after I put that on and it was fine. So I'm thinking it's a fuel problem. I don't think, you know, it's probably due for service. I don't think it's been serviced. Probably was supposed to be serviced at 250 hours. I think it has like 315 or something. But anyway, the other thing is I've noticed it doesn't seem to keep charge of the battery. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But that's how, so I bought the DJI Power Pack. I wanted one for a long time. I mean, I looked at them, boy, they're pretty cool. I mean, you can charge, you know, you could take it to the beach, you could run your phone, you could run speakers, you could do lots of stuff. I mean, it's got a 110 power cord. I mean, you can run lots of stuff with it. Can't do everything all day long, but you can run lots of stuff with it. See there, it dropped down to 99%. Now, it's been charged for a couple weeks sitting in the house. So it might drop down a little bit quicker than normal. It's down to 98 now. But the other day I ran this, like a couple weeks ago, I ran it on the battery charger for 5 or 6 hours, and I think it got down to like 60%. So no big deal. And I mean, you know, so the other reason I bought it was for the pitching machine. You can run the pitching machine like over 24 hours straight, and it won't shut off. So that's pretty cool too. So I mean, people use them in their houses, like if the power goes out. One thing in our house, we have high-speed internet, and if we could power the router and a TV, we could watch TV. We could watch streaming TV. We wouldn't need, that's not gonna, the internet service is still gonna be there. It's just that you don't have power to run it. So they do, and they just came, so they had this one for a while, I don't know, a couple years. It went on sale, so I got it for $400 and some directly from DJI on sale. It was on sale on Prime days for as low as like $415, I think. Now they have it, DJI, I think it has it for $699. It was $999. They just came out with a Power Pack 2000, which is bigger, obviously, and it has a 30 amp RV port on it, so you can plug it into your RV. Now, you can't run everything in your RV, but the video that I saw where a guy tried it out, I think it was 51 drones. He ran his air conditioner in his RV for a little bit, and he figured out it would run it for like 2 hours or something like that. But he could run his microwave and other stuff. So, you can't run your RV on it, forever. But if you got the solar panels, you could probably run your RV as long as you were careful with the power. You could probably take your RV off grid and go out and you'd be fine. And of course, the solar charging depends on how many panels you get. This one I think is equipped for 2, but I'm not sure how they work, whether they link together or not. They also do make a car charging power cord for it, which is kind of cool too, because you could charge it on your way to somewhere. I'm not sure how long the car charger takes to work, but that'd be kind of a cool option as well. The only thing I need to buy is they have a carrying bag for it that's it's probably a lot like the DJI drone bags. I need to buy that for it because it makes it a little bit more, it's got a little dirt on it there. I don't like that. I like to have everything clean. So I'll probably buy the bag, but the bag's like $100. But it's probably worth it. And I think it weighs it's a little heavy. It weighs 23 pounds, whereas the 2000, I think weighs like 30-some pounds. So they're heavy. And then they do also sell expansion packs for the battery, so you can have more battery backup. So if you were going to try to do something off-grid with it, and you got one, and you got the solar expansion kit, probably like 4 panels, and then got the battery expansion kit, you probably could run a lot of stuff off-grid and be, sort of sustainable, I guess is the word. But anyway, I think it's pretty cool because I'm going to use it. The skid steer, when we're out in the field, it's, well over 500 feet from the barn. And if you know anything about these skid steers, it won't start. You can't move it unless you're going to pick it up and carry it with an excavator or something like that. I don't know any way you can move it. So that is the DJI Power 1000. And we're using it to charge a battery on the New Holland L218 skid steer. So if you like the video, like the product, I'll try to put the link for the product in the description. I know right now DJI is like, if you go there, it's like out of stock. They're having, I guess, customs issues. So they basically, I guess they kind of have their webpage sort of shut down. You can go on there and you can see all the information. But last time I was on there a few days ago, everything says out of stock. Everything. Cameras, power packs, drones, everything. So once they, I don't anticipate them to go away forever. I anticipate them to work out the issues with customs and then be available. But the stuff is available on Amazon. So whatever already made it to Amazon is there and available. I don't know if the power packs are available or not, but I think they are. Last I knew, I don't think DJI is just going to go away. But anyway, that's my little video for today. Please like and subscribe to this video and stay tuned for more from Triple D Farms, Triple D Maple, and Triple D Cabins. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.